Welcome everyone to this month's Astro Colorscope. My name's Elizabeth Harper. My website is sealedwithlove.com. So the idea of the Astro Colorscope is that in a moment I'm going to pick 3 crystals from my crystal bag. I'll throw them into a circle of 12 houses. We'll see which houses the crystals are aligned with. Then I'll read the crystal energy, the colors, and the house energy that they're in. I'll also take a bead from my bead bag just to see what the influence of an extra piece of color is. Then the third thing is I'll take a card from the Voyager deck and I will ask you to take a look at the card. Hopefully you'll be able to see it properly. And I'll ask you to see which image in the card you're most attracted to, and what that image means for you. I'll be looking at the card as well and letting you know what I feel the influence is. So before we get started on your crystals, I just want to talk a little bit about what's going on this September with the astrological influences. So this is kind of a big month for aspects in the heavens. There is a sense of a shift, of a change, and it's almost like I almost feel like a breakthrough month for all of us. So from the 1st onward, there is a Venus-Mars conjunct, and it almost feels like it's a start of a breakthrough energy. Then on the 5th, the Sun is trine Pluto, and it feels like you're going to find something. And it might be that you find lost love. On the 6th, Venus goes direct. It's been retrograde for at least the last month, 6 weeks. There's a sense of not only finding something, but maybe finding that love for someone else, but also for yourself. It's almost like you've been looking for something, and it could have been that you've been looking outside of yourself, but I also feel if you've been looking inside, maybe for an idea, not necessarily love, it could be an idea, maybe a business idea. It might be that you'll find your fabulous home that you wanted, but it's because something is shifting within you. So then around the 8th, Mars and Uranus are trine, and that Mars energy is very much about passion. So we started out the month with Mars and Venus conjunct. So it's almost like there's a big influence of Mars, at least to me, for that first week of September. So I feel that there's passion. I feel that with Venus becoming direct, there's a lot of love energy that's starting to come out. So it almost feels like there's a big breakthrough, a dam that's opening up. Lots of love, lots of passion, lots of activity. And then the 9th, Mercury is square Pluto, and it feels like that's an upset, that there's going to be some criticism maybe, and it's not necessarily somebody being critical of you. It may be that you're criticizing yourself or criticizing others. It just feels like there's a sense of criticism that comes up around that time. Then the 17th, Mercury goes retrograde. We know what happens with that, right? So communication goes a little bit off. But at the same time, Saturn moves into Sagittarius. Jupiter is opposing Neptune. And it feels like this is a wake-up time. It feels like there's a wake-up to reality. And that communication, it almost feels like you can no longer access something that you've been pretending has been in your life. So it's almost like you can no longer access that, and you can no longer pretend anymore. So your imagination, it's not that your imagination is going, it's just that what you've imagined to be true, what you've imagined to be your reality is no longer a part of your life. That's what I feel that energy is all around. So then there is that breakthrough. There's Pluto moves into direct. It's in Capricorn on the 24th. Get my words right here, and there's a feeling with that. That is a planet of transformation, and I feel almost as if again we're moving through this big breakthrough wake up call the whole of the month. It's almost like we're shaken awake with that, and then on the 27th. there is a supermoon, and this supermoon, there's a lunar eclipse that goes with this supermoon, and I feel, again, it's in Aries, so I feel that Mars energy is really coming through, and it, you know, there is still a feeling of a breakthrough, like something is breaking out, and it doesn't have to be negative, it can be really, really positive, but I feel as if whatever illusions you've had or whatever you've been playing with, you now have to get serious, and the illusions are no longer there, and it's almost like you are suddenly coming alive. So if you imagine, what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing this doll. So if you imagine you've been a doll, you've been like Pinocchio or something, and then suddenly you become a person. So that's the sense of it. That's the kind of movement of the energy through the whole month. There is a partial solar eclipse on the 13th, and of course that is around that fabulous new moon as well. So with the new moon in Virgo, it feels like you are making your wishes now, and those wishes are for the long-term future, that this is not about a quick fix, that this is a long-term energy. What is it you want in the next 5 years? And that's what it feels like. Ooh. That's what it feels like that new moon is about, and then the full moon is that culmination. It almost, again, feels like you are breaking out, you're breaking free. So it could be that you're breaking free of a relationship, but it could also, I really feel that it's breaking free of illusions. I felt this little shiver. When I get shivers, it's usually about the truth. Okay, so now remember, I offer different consultations on my website, sealedwithlove.com. You can get card readings or intuitive soul guidance, all kinds of different things. You can also have a crystal gem reading as well. Now, before we get onto your crystals, remember to subscribe to my love letter at bit.ly/color kit. You'll get a free gift of a fabulous color kit. You can find out all your true colors in that color kit. Okay, so let's get started with your crystals. Okay, Sagittarius. So for you, you have this piece of bowenite that went into your 6th house. Your 6th house is about health, it's about work-life balance, your career, etc. It's an interesting kind of stone because it links to accessing dream solutions and about healing your past, freeing yourself from your past. It almost looks like a little arrow or a little something that would cut, away, and it's green. And green, I see the energy of green in people's auric fields when it links to karma, when it links to a past life where there are challenges. This in your 6th house almost feels like something's niggling you, something's been bothering you, and it could be physical, it could be like a physical ailment, aches and pains, etc. It could be emotional, where there's a relationship that's bothering you. It could be spiritual, your faith, something you've believed in, maybe it doesn't resonate anymore because things change, your ideas change. Could be mental as well. You've been thinking too much about something, but it's on your mind all the time. I feel like that's what this stone is about, that it's saying that something has been bothering you, and it feels almost like you need to find a solution, but you're going to find that solution in your dream state. So I would recommend, especially with this green energy, I would recommend either going out and meditating in nature, or putting something green like a picture of a plant under your pillow, because I almost feel like that green energy and the life of green, something that's alive, will help. You could put a plant under your bed, I suppose, but don't forget it. Don't leave it there for longer than a day because it needs, the light. I feel that you'll get a solution in your dreams for whatever it is that's been bothering you. Then in your 7th house went this piece of blue quartz. And the 7th house is about relationships. It's opposite the 1st house of you. So it's kind of your connection to others. But to me, it's also your connection to the universe, to the divine, to a greater energy than just yourself. So with this blue, this is where I'm going with this, the blue is about divine purpose, a divine connection. So sometimes when this comes up, the blue energy, we've been struggling, we've been sort of going against the grain, trying to do something that we want to happen. I want it my way, but the universe is saying, A, it may not have been the right time for these things to happen, and B, we're going to do it our way. So it doesn't matter if you're kicking and screaming and having a tantrum. So with this blue energy, it's saying, listen up. Listen to your guides, listen to your angels, listen to your intuition. Stop moving against it. And when you really listen to the truth of your intuition, that's blue, which is truth, then you will know what you can do and what you need to do next. I feel almost as if you need to bring calm into your relationship with yourself, into your relationships with others, bring peace into relationships with others particularly, and with your relationship with the divine. I do feel like you may have been saying it's not fair, that maybe everybody else has something and you don't. But this is saying that it is fair, and it's something that you've chosen, and it can change, but it will change when it's the right time for it to change. So this isn't, when I say that you have chosen something, it's not like you said, yes, let's give me all the bad stuff, you have chosen something to experience so that you can learn. It's very much about the lesson and learning from it. Focus on positive things. If something negative's been happening, don't focus on the negative, because where attention goes, energy flows. Whatever you're focusing on, that's what you're going to draw to you, and that's what you're going to create as well. So focus on positive things. These two colors are coming right next to each other, 6th and 7th house. It's blue and green. It's about healing the heart. So I feel that you may find that there is a teacher, a mentor, someone that is going to help you, guide you, support you. I don't feel like it's a friend. I feel like it's a teacher that's going to do that. Then the final stone is this gorgeous piece of orange carnelian, and this went into your 11th house. And your 11th house is a global house. It really is about connecting to a wider range of community. With the orange, this is really juicy and sexy and creative. So, with the blue and the orange, it's saying new relationship energy. With the green and the orange, it's saying that finances can be a little bit difficult for you this month, but this is saying don't think that you can't do something because it's too expensive or you haven't got the money, because where there's a will, there's a way. It may not be going in the direction, got this lesson again, going in the direction that you think you should be going. The universe is going to help you to go in the direction that is right for you. With the orange energy, it's saying that you can be highly creative this month, and people around you are really going to help you and support you with this. But it's almost like spirit, the divine, your guides want you to be with your tribe, with your people, and they're going to find you that right tribe. So where there's a will, there's a way. Lots of platitudes, right? There is a sense of you finding people that will really resonate with you, and it's creative. And I feel almost as if you're going out left field a little bit, that you want to do something, but you can't do that. You're going to do this instead, and this is so much better than that. Really. Then we've got the same thing here. The bead for you is alexandrite. And this changes in different light. It goes from lilac to blue. And those colors I see in people's energy fields as the guardian angel energy. So really feel like you're being looked after, you're being guided. Don't go kicking and screaming. It's going to be good. It's going to be okay. So now the card for you is this children's card. It's the feeler. So take a look at that. See what you're most attracted to. Then ask yourself, what does that mean? So when I look at this, I see the fish, but I see the colors of the fish. They're blue and gold. So blue and gold. So with those, to me, it's about going with the flow. Do not struggle. Let go of going upstream. Just go with the flow. Go with your intuition, and it's all going to turn out okay. Okay, that's it for this month's Astro Colorscope. I hope you enjoyed it. Do please give it a thumbs up if you did. Share it with your friends, and you can share it by email too. Let me know in the comments below if the messages resonated. And remember, you can grab my free color kit, find out your true colors at bit.ly/color kit. I will see you next week. Lots of coloricious blessings. Bye.